G'day competitors, welcome to the Robinvale Euston ski race online briefing for 2018. My name is Neil Donald, I'll be giving you this briefing. If anyone cannot do the online briefing, which we urge you must all do, but for some reason you can't do it, there will be one available at 6:45 AM on Saturday morning at the Community Centre. So as soon as you've done your breathos, come and see me and we'll do a briefing if need be. But really urge everyone to do the online briefing, it just makes it easier for everyone. Make sure you are aware of all the SRA rules. The Robinvale Euston races run on the SRA rule book and also the SRV conditions of entry and notice to crew book. So please be aware of those rules. Everyone should have the full briefing sheet. There will be a separate dash briefing for the top 40 boats and veterans, etc. at 11:30 AM at the Community Centre on Saturday morning. Okay competitors, just a couple of basic rules for the event. When you're putting your boat in the water, please do not sit in the boat or stand on the trailer. So no personnel to be on the boat, or on the trailer when you're taking it from either Karen Park or the pits into the boat ramp. No boats to be launched prior to 15 minutes to the start of any event, so you make sure your boats are in early. Do not race under the bridge. When you're finishing the race, you can slow down and run under the bridge and then pull your ropes in tight, but don't go under the bridge full noise, just go under gently. No bow riding over 4 knots, so skiers on the deck when you go out at the start, obey the 4 knots maritime rule. No boats at all after 7 PM Friday, Saturday or Sunday. Doesn't matter if you've got nav night, nav lights, fishing boat, whatever, no boats on the water after 7 PM, that's a maritime rule. Eric could be right onto that. What else? The ramps to be used, the 60 and 70 mile/hour boats are to use the Euston ramp, the smock and mock boats are to use the bridge ramp, and all other boats are to use the main ramp at the start-finish area, as per other years. There will be scrutineering of steel traces for inboards, so all inboards need to go in at the main ramp. Obviously the Euston ramp too, they'll be checked. So just abide by those rules please. Other general rules, whilst racing, make sure you move to the right hand side of the river if a boat approaches. It's the observer's job to tell the driver that a boat is approaching. Please move to the right hand side if possible and let the passing boat come through. Refuelling, no refuelling anywhere. So you've got to go to a servo. You can't do it at the Karen Park, you can't do it in the pit area, you can't do it at the turnaround, you can't do it in the water. So unfortunately it's out of our control, but you need to go to a service station or a fuel depot or a factory outlet if you've got avgas or whatever, but that's all we can do about that. Okay, start procedure as per normal Robinvale. Social Saturday, all 30 seconds apart, both ways, going down and back. There'll be a 10-minute hooter, 2 flags, national flag, green flag as per normal. 30 seconds to start, skiers in the water. Flag drops, as soon as that flag drops, it comes back up for the next one. So skiers in the water when the first boat goes, second boat, skiers in the water when the flag comes back up, 30 seconds goes back down. So that's all Social Saturday. Saturday afternoon for the dash, there'll be 2 minutes apart for the top 40 boats. And then 1 minute after that, which will be junior dash, I believe. 1 minute for veterans. Same start procedure with the 10-minute hooter. Sunday racing, the top 40 boats will be 1 minute, and then the 41st boat will be 30 seconds, and the return leg, everyone's 30 seconds. So no different than any other years, but just be aware, watch your race safe, and make sure you're at the start line plenty of time. Don't forget competitors, when you're starting, just to when you run your ropes out, return to idle. There's to be no bow lift. So a bow lift is when you put your foot into it and you actually lift the nose of the boat. So do not start until the flag drops. By all means you can accelerate to run your ropes out, return to idle, idle up to the start. When the flag drops, then you put your foot into it. Whilst racing, don't forget to obey all the markers that have been put out there. There'll be yellow buoys, white buoys marking all the sandbars. Invincible bend, which is the only hard left-hander going upstream on the first leg, about 3/4 of the way through the race. Be marked by probably a whirl buoy with a direction arrow. so you'll be aware of when you come up to that. When you go around Invincible Bend, remember that there's a sandbar on the right hand side which will be marked with small cherry buoys, so keep to the well left of that. Also, if you see a red flag on any of the judges' boats, that takes precedent over anything on the race safe, so you must stop immediately. Be aware of any wildlife, especially social early morning, or the superclass guys early morning Sunday. So just be aware of if you're the first couple of boats away, make sure you just keep your eye out on that. Remember, the skiers must ski in the wash at all times. If you stop for any reason, obviously display your orange flag, stay there, make sure the orange flag stays in the boat so the sweepboat can see you. Any incidents, make sure you press the prompts on your race safe if you have an injured skier. They will contact you and get the paramedics to you as soon as they can. Retrieval, you break down, make sure you don't retrieve yourself unless you've spoken to race control. So your first call is the race control, let them know where you are. Otherwise you could be disqualified for that race and the next year's Robinvale. The turnaround point after the first leg, the big left-hander, please proceed past the orange buoys. If there's any other boats stop, slow down, go through them, weave through them, go down as far as you can. Pull your skiers in, idle back on the Victorian side to the ramp. Obviously the turnaround will be done with the race safe. Myself and Doug Biddy will be down there giving out numbers, so don't nick off to the New South Wales side until you're allowed. Make sure you get your numbers. It'll be said over the PA when you can go over to the New South Wales side if you feel you want to. All starts are 30 seconds apart for everyone, Saturday and Sunday from the turnaround. When you're finishing at Robinvale, you may go under the bridge, but as soon as you cross that checkered buoy you must back off and just go under the bridge gently. Do not race under the bridge. Stop and pull your skis in on a tight rope. Please put your orange flag in the flag holder and idle up against the Victorian bank back to the boat ramp. A couple of general points. When you pick up your race safe device on Friday, please make sure you know how to use it. They'll ask you to go and turn it on, so make sure you go and plug it in, turn it on for 20 minutes, half an hour, so they can register it on their computer. If there's any issues or you're not sure about it, ask them, they're more than helpful. Make sure it's running and switched on well before you go down the ramp, so they're not running around looking for you. If any race safe looks like it's been tampered with or it powers down during the race, the boat will be immediately impounded. No questions asked. The scrutineers will take the boat, race safe will check it. So please make sure it's running. If you have a problem at the turnaround, come and see us or the race safe guys, and we'll get it going for you. Competitors, if you're practicing on the Friday, remember all maritime rules to be in use. So make sure you've got all your safety equipment, which is extra equipment, as in buckets and stuff like that. So do the right thing. Again, no boats on the water after 7 PM. Obey the rules and stick to the right hand side of the river, and just have your wits about yourself, because there'll be plenty of people out there practicing. So do the right thing, otherwise RMS comes down on our committees and jeopardises the racing. Sunday afternoon there will be some post-race scrutineering, so just be aware and listen to the PA. If your boat gets called up, it'll be at the community centre somewhere. They'll direct you where you've got to go, so you need to take your boat up there. One crew member only, we don't want the whole team up there. No alcohol, please. Make sure you fill out your race day report each day, so one on Saturday, one on Sunday. If there's any incidents, you need to fill out an incident report. If you've injured a skier and they've gone to hospital, obviously there's a maritime paperwork to fill out, so that's all available at race control, so go and get those forms filled out, get it done each night if need be, then it's out of the way. Breath testing, 6:30 AM Saturday morning at the community centre. 11 AM for the dash competitors, superclass, top 40 if you're not competing in the social and you don't need to get up early. Go to the community centre about 11 o'clock Saturday morning. As I said, there'll be another briefing done there. It won't be me because I'm racing social, so someone will do a briefing there for you. And then Sunday morning, I think it's 7 o'clock, breath testing, so make sure you just get that out and away. Make sure you look after your skiers. As I keep saying, they're your #1 priority. Obey the Roads and Maritime rules, obey the SRA rules. Everyone will have a good weekend. have fun, have safe racing. Thank you.